Hello everyone, breakfast bells are ringing, and for your breakfast I have brought a typically Pakistani flavor, and that is radish paratha. How do you make this radish paratha? It's very easy, very simple recipe, and if you like radish you will like this paratha as well. I don't like radish a lot eaten raw otherwise, but eaten this way or eaten as radish chutney, I really like the taste. And yes, there is another recipe for radish that I tried, and it's really nice. I made it up myself, but it is really nice, tastes really nice, and that is radish with spinach. And I will teach you that also. I will upload that video as well in a few days time. I have not till now, but it has just come to my mind. I can give you that recipe as well. Radish with spinach, that also tastes very nice. But today I'm going to talk about and give you the recipe of radish paratha. It's specially eaten in breakfast. It can be eaten in lunchtime as well, and it's really very delicious. You will like it. It's very healthy as well. It is a very filling breakfast. If you want to go for, say, a day out, like you want to go shopping, or it's a busy day outside, and you want to remain filled up when you come back home and then have your lunch or something like that, it will be very handy if you eat this radish paratha. Very useful for you. You won't feel any hunger. Okay, let me tell you how we make this radish paratha. But before that, yes, I just remembered. Before that, do like, share and subscribe to the channel. That's very important. Give your subscription to the channel so that you become a member of my family on YouTube, and together we will explore many vistas of knowledge and wisdom, power and practicality and positivity. And all we need for this simple recipe is 3 ingredients. 3 ingredients besides, of course, flour, the all-purpose common flour that you use for making bread or loaf or roti or chapati. Besides that, we need a radish. I took a really long one, and I've cut it into 3 pieces. I peeled it, as you can see in the tray there. And I have salt, almost 1 teaspoon of salt with me. I have some green chilies. If you like the taste of jalapeno more than green chilies, you can use that as well. But to me, green chilies taste great with radish and salt. So I've taken green chilies. You can maximize the amount of green chilies. You can minimize the amount of green chilies. It depends upon your taste. Salt and green chilies according to your taste. And I've got my food processor ready here because I'm going to shred the radish and the green chilies. You can see in the shredder I have put a piece of radish with some green chilies, and turn by turn I'm going to shred all 3 pieces. And you can see here I've shredded all of my radish, the whole of it, all 3 pieces, and there they are in the pan underneath my food processor, and it's all shredded. The green chilies are also shredded. The radish is also shredded now. And the beautiful shredded radish is now out in my plate. Along with it are the green chilies as well, and I have added the salt to it, and I have mixed it up with the help of a spoon, the salt and everything. And you can see it's looking so beautiful, white, very nice, bright kind of white. A bit of green shade has gone into it now, and it really looks very beautiful to me. That pure white kind of shade looks beautiful. Reminds me at the moment of chrysanthemums, white chrysanthemums. They're really beautiful, awesome white chrysanthemums. and this radish has reminded me of them. Well, that's a digression. Leave that. Let's see what we do afterwards with it. Another important thing that we need to make these parathas or any kind of loaf or bread or anything is kneaded flour. You should have kneaded flour with you. I am going to take kneaded wheat flour, pure organic kneaded wheat flour for these parathas. That is really healthy, very, very healthy. So I'm going to take that. As you can see in this image, we have wheat flour that's not kneaded in a pan. Here we have the radish ready with us, and we have here in a container oil also with us, because we're going to use that in making our parathas. And with the kneaded flour, I have made 4 balls, 4 wheat flour balls I have with me, ready with me. I'm going to make 4 parathas, 4 radish parathas, and I've got the rolling pin and the board as well with me. So you will need all these things to make it, and besides that you will need a sizzling plate, and it will be set on your stove or on high heat first, so that when we need these when we make these radish parathas ready to go onto the sizzling plate for cooking, the sizzling plate is already heated up. That's very important. So what I do is I take 1 wheat flour ball and I put it on the rolling board, and with the help of the rolling pin I roll it out into a chapati or a loaf or a roti. It's a wheat flour roti or chapati that I have made, a round one, with the help of the rolling pin on the rolling board. And you're all going to do that to make the radish parathas. And I must tell you something very, very important as well, because sometimes you want to make these parathas in the morning for breakfast, and you don't have enough time in the morning, you're too busy. So what you can do is you can make these parathas to a certain stage, and you can refrigerate them at night. In the morning, when you get up, you can do that. Or if you want to make parathas in lunchtime, say, you can make them to a certain stage and refrigerate them, and when you want to eat them at lunchtime, say, you're going to take them out and you're just going to fry them on the sizzling platter. Then I will just tell you at what stage and how you can do that. Okay, so as I just told you to do, you're going to put your sizzling platter on your stove with high heat underneath. It can be an electric stove, it can be a gas stove. Put it on the stove on high heat first, so that it becomes really, really hot, and not quite hot, say medium hot, before you put your paratha onto it. You can see I have my sizzling plate there on the stove, and I also have a spatula with it, because I'm going to use that in making the paratha. And you can also see that onto that loaf or the chapati or the bread or the roti that I made on the board, with the rolling pin, I have put on 1/2 of it the radish that I had made. Okay, the radish is going to be spread out on 1/2, and the other half I folded onto the radish, and it goes down. Now at this stage, what you're going to do is, on the sides, you're going to press it with your thumb or your fingers, the sides, so that both the sides are joined well together. Excuse me. At this stage, what you can do is that you can take a tray. In the tray, you can just put a polythene sheet, and on that polythene sheet, you can add a bit of dry flour. It can be white flour, it can be common wheat flour, and on top of it, then you can put this radish paratha roti that we have made to this stage. Okay, then cover it again with a polythene sheet, and again you can put another one on top of it, or if the tray is big enough, you can put 2 or 3 radish parathas in a row in the tray. You can do that, and then you can cover them with a polythene sheet, and you can put more parathas on top of it, and then you can refrigerate that, and whenever you want to fry them, or you want to eat them or serve them, you can take them out and you can fry them then. But I did not want to do that, so I will go on with the recipe, and I will show you how we can make these radish parathas. And you can make them either way. If you want to refrigerate them and use them later, you can do that. If you don't want to do that, it's up to you. Just like me, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to eat them and serve them after making them. So I did that, and I have it recorded for you here. So just as I told you, with the help of the finger or the thumb, I pressed down the upper layer of the leaf to the lower layer of the leaf, and I made them secure together, both the layers. And then with the help of the rolling pin, I just rolled the rolling pin over that radish paratha that I was making, and any air bubbles, of course, then the flour goes to one direction or moves to one direction or the other direction, but any air bubbles, they're gone then, and I have it ready to cook now with me. So I have put my radish paratha onto my sizzling platter, or my tawa as we call it in Urdu. And when it cooks, the radish paratha cooks from underneath and a little brown shows up. What you're going to do is you are going to take a spoonful of oil, and you are going to throw it all around the radish paratha on the sizzling platter, and it will go underneath. The oil will go underneath the radish paratha, and it will start cooking with oil, My radish paratha, it seemed to me, was done a bit on one side, the underneath side. So I took a spatula and I flipped it over. As you can see in the bigger image here, it's flipped over, and the flipped over side, because it got a bit of oil on one side and was cooked a little bit with the help of oil, so it's giving a nice goldenish kind of color, really like it. It's starting to become a bit golden, and you're going to do the same very carefully with the help of a spatula. Flip it over. Okay, as it is flipped over, you're going to take another spoonful of oil, and you're going to spread it all around the paratha on all sides on the sizzling platter, and it is cooked on one side, then it will be cooked. The oil will go underneath the paratha, and that will also get a bit cooked with oil. And then what will you do? As you can see, I have shown you in this image, with the help of that spatula, I'm going to turn it over again. Okay, I have turned it over. As you can see, it's browned now on one side, and then you see in the next image, it's a nice kind of, it's getting reddish brownish, and it's looking nice, but it's still a bit raw. The flour is not well cooked still. So I will flip the paratha over a couple of times more till it gets well cooked. We're not going to leave the flour raw, and it will become really nice, tasty paratha ready for us to eat. You can see in these pictures, I've shown you all the stages now. Now it's becoming reddish, brownish, goldenish on both sides, and looking very inviting and yummy. And our parathas are ready to eat, but they're too hot at the moment. They're on the sizzling plate, and we have to take them out. And here you go, I've taken them out. 1 paratha, 2 parathas, 3 parathas, and 4 parathas. All my 4 parathas are ready. I have put them here like this. They look really nice to me, and really inviting. I hope they look inviting to you as well, and you're going to make them. Yes, I must add here, normally we make round parathas. What we do is we make two chapatis or two pieces of roti, small roti, and then we spread out radish or whatever we have onto whole of the paratha and cover it with the other chapati or roti, and then we do this procedure, and it's a round thing that we have as a paratha. But I do this sometimes, and with the radish parathas also, for a difference in the shape, and children really like it a lot. They get fascinated. D-shaped parathas, mama, and they really like it a lot. So it's for them also. I really like it. It's a nice shape, a different shape for a paratha. So a bit of difference also comes in, and the taste remains the same. And the other thing is, it gets easier for you to manage when you're cooking parathas all alone by yourself. It gets easier for you to manage because the oil that we are putting on the sizzling platter for the radish parathas to cook, that becomes really then smoky. Your kitchen will become smoky, or your kitchen exhaust will be doing a lot of work, and things can become greasy in your kitchen if too much time goes between putting the two parathas on the sizzling platter, because it is already oily. So that's why this doing parathas this way also lessens that time between putting two parathas on the sizzling platter. In fact, it minimizes that time. In fact, it eliminates that time. So that's why I use this way also. That's also one reason. But if you want to make round parathas, you can make round parathas as well. That's okay. And if you want to make them this way, that's okay. The taste does not alter. The shape does. Okay. So if you like them this way, do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and do tell me in the comments section underneath these parathas recipe if you liked them, and how they were cooked, and how all your family like them. You can serve them to your family, you can serve them to your friends, to your guests. You can eat them yourself. You can serve them to your guests in your hotel if you're running one. And it's a really nice recipe. People will like them. And the recipe will go viral. Make it viral, okay? And take care of yourselves.